Radio Energy, broadcasting to you live. Go to radioenerg.net.
We're talking about Swansea sacking their manager. We have the longest serving manager now, Arsenal, Arsene Wenger.
Yeah.
He won away at Burnley 1-0, which is a good result for them.
20th year anniversary of his first Arsenal game, and he won that one, I think, 2-1 away at Blackburn, and he wins this one very late go away to Burnley. That's
very nice. So Arsenal obviously sitting in third. How do you think they're going to finish this season? Are they going to do a typical Arsenal thing, or do you think they can push even further this year?
For the first season in a while, I think a lot of Arsenal fans weren't saying they were going to win the league, because you talk to an Arsenal fan, they would say, "Oh, this is our year. We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league." For the first time at the start of the season, Arsenal fans weren't that confident. They suffered that heavy defeat to Liverpool 4-3, being 4-1 down at one point, and it was maybe just a bit of poor defender or lack of intensity at the end that got them 2 extra goals. But Arsenal, I think, are perfectly capable of step up the game. They've also acquired the service of Lucas Perez and Mustafi, so they've added to their attack and they've added to the defence, so they can be a strong side, doing all right in the Champions League as well. And I think Arsene Wenger himself was linked with the England job. I highly doubt he will go for it, because
not during the season,
and for a club that he's been quite frankly treasured by, to leave him like that, I think if Arsene Wenger is going to retire or he's going to leave Arsenal, he'll leave with a bang. Like he'll win it.
Let's just assume that Arsenal will do an Arsenal, and if they don't, then we'll have a story.
Yeah, that's good for us. I was going to move on there, but we do have a tweet in. It's from Christopher Neal, and he says, "Who should be Arsenal's main striker?"
Well, I think it's interesting that they haven't been playing a striker. They've been playing Sanchez up front, and I think that suits them really. Yeah. Rather than trying to play to Giroud or
Perez,
or bringing in Perez, he might make an impact. But we'll see. Instead they've been playing Sanchez, which sort of suits them. They have, quicker, faster players, and they'll play around teams like Burnley, and I think that suits their game.
The problem last year was they wanted that pace up front, and they chose to go with Walcott, and I don't think Walcott was the right decision to go with. I think Arsene Wenger had the right idea that he wanted pace up front, so he decided to play Walcott, but Walcott failed to score. You could argue, is he the best player? But for me, he is a winger, and he's best suited to that position. And as a result of that, Giroud came back and Giroud starts scoring goals again. And I think when Giroud does get dropped, when he does come back, he does start firing in goals. But Giroud, for me, is a finisher. He's always there, getting those headers or getting those balls swung into him. Whereas Sanchez, he does a lot. He's on the counter-attack. He's there for the crosses. He's here, there and everywhere. And it's interesting to see, will Giroud be playing? Will Perez be playing?
Alex Iwobi has actually also had a very good impact.
Yeah.
He's been very impressive as well.
I'm going to ask you for a name now. Should Arsenal continue with Sanchez up front, or should they change to a main striker?
Well, if you ever heard the saying that why fix something that's not broken, if they're playing well with Sanchez, continue with that. Obviously, at that expense, you're keeping out the strikers of Perez and Giroud, and playing Sanchez out wide allows that option for them to come in. But if Sanchez is playing well, keep playing Sanchez, and I think Arsene Wenger will know that better than anyone else.
Get in touch. Go on. Tweet at Radio ENRG. Email radioenrg@gmail.com.